Good morning, children. This is Aunt Raya, and I'm going to show you how to make a very favorite dessert of mine. If you like bananas, and most of you do or will, you will see how to do this, and it's very simple, but you have to have your mom or your dad with you because you need to use a knife. Okay? We're going to cut the banana, cut the end off like that, and cut the other end off.
So yeah, let's hear more about the we covered the illicit affairs, so we can hear of the semi-illicit affairs of marriages that were not supposed to be allowed. So Dad left, goes to U.S. in 1959, and
yeah.
We've heard some of these stories, but I'm curious to hear from your generation, because you were still in India when Dad decides to marry Mom.
I know Mom when I was here in '63.
You had met her, right?
Before
marriage.
Before marriage. Okay.
I was in Lafayette.
So were you sent here to the U.S. on a mission?
Spy?
No.
A mission?
No. I was in Germany.
Tell a lot of people a lot of things. Discretion. Don't tell you, like you used to tell on us because you were younger, but now you're bar mitzvah. You don't tell on us. He told us. We don't tell on you. Okay. Everything is good. Mutual understanding, mutual love. You don't get in trouble. We don't get in trouble. Life is good. Parents love us. We love each other. Right? Well, picture yourself here.
I'd like to turn it over to someone who's made a huge impact on not just my life but my family's life.
Chaim Jason, Donald, Chaim Jacob. So I just wanted to say that for me to be here tonight for Jacob's bar mitzvahs, I can't describe the feelings. I'm going to tell you a little bit the story that he didn't tell Adis Dana, how we really met. We moved to Alpharetta in August of 1998, and we knew practically no one. Rabbi Nu gave us a parachute, and he said, "Hasta la vista, we'll see you." And this was still in the good days. Yeah, this wasn't the kind of parachute that, you know, when CEOs retire from a company.
I was born Rita Adler, 1930, February 27th. We lived in Irvington, New Jersey, but I was born in Beth Israel Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Uncle Morty was then 13 years older than I, so when I was born, he was 13. It's as simple as that. I was very close to my grandmother and grandfather, my uncle's mother and father.
You know, for me, I think that Grandma Sonny's, my most cherished memory of Grandma Sonny was the summer that I spent with Grandma Sonny and Grandpa Woody when I had just finished space camp. Grandpa Sonny picked me up from Huntsville, Alabama, and drove me through to Atlanta, and spent 2 weeks with them there, and you know, that was a wonderful experience. I learned so much from her just in spending that much time with her. I actually got to go to a Braves game with her. She was an avid baseball fan. Grandma Sonny loved baseball, and she kept track of the Braves very well. And when I went with her, she was there to meet with some of her fellow Roanoke College alumni, and she was very proud of going to Roanoke College, and she was very proud.
Miami, but I really wasn't too happy about it. It was another big city. And he said, "You ought to take a look at Orlando. It's a nice, really nice little city." He says, "I think you'd like it." So in the 2 weeks, your mother had an Uncle Mac who knew some Jewish people down there. One was in the Chamber of Commerce, and one head of the Jewish community was a lawyer. And so I called Easton and had the ticket changed to Orlando, New York, Orlando, Miami, New York. And we flew.
Okay, this is Sunday, February the 6th, 2011. And I'm here with Mom, Frances Hicks, and Logan Dunn, my son, her grandson, and me, Margaret Dunn. And Mother is going to show us a few pictures and tell us a few things that happened in her life. You want to tell about your first picture?
Yes. This is my mother, and she was Elizabeth Saunders Mangelberg. My father was Frank Mangelberg, but my father had passed away, so he's not in this picture. But this is Mother, Elizabeth Saunders Mangelberg, and this is me, Frances Margaret Mangelberg, and my sister, Martha Elizabeth. We called her Betty.
How old are you in these pictures?
I was 22.
And the others?
She was about 19, almost 20. And I don't know how old my mother was.
And Betty was 15 months younger than
15.
you.
All right, so she was like 21 or
20,
something.
almost 21.
Almost 21.
And how old were you when your daddy died?
Let's see, he died in, I met in 1945, and I was 22 at that
you
time.
were. Right. Hi kids. Okay, the next book is Good Night, Moon. Now this is by Margaret Wise Brown, and she's a very good author. And both Susan and Logan liked two of her books that we read all the time. Good Night, and I called it Mr. Moon. Good Night, Mr. Moon is one of them, but Runaway Bunny is the other one. And I don't have Runaway Bunny today, but I'll have it another time. But let's listen to Good Night, Mr. Moon. And I would say probably this was one of Susan's favorite. I read you one of Logan's favorite. I think Susan preferred this one over some others because she was a very active child. And this helped her go to sleep because I want you to notice as I show you the pictures that it gets darker and darker by the end of the book. And that helps you go to sleep. Okay, let's get started. In the great...
So it's Christmas 2010 at the Blankenship Casey household. We're going to share some family stories. We'll go around, introduce ourselves, starting with Miss Beth.
This is Nanny Beth. Hi, Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Mark Russell Blankenship. Come from Boston, and grandparents maternally came from Port Maitland, Nova Scotia, and the original Blankenships came to the Jamestown colony, migrated up the East Coast, settled in Massachusetts in the 1600s.
I mean, Saturday mornings were the best because if we woke up early, we got control of the single television in the house. That was, you know, I don't know about you, but I learned, especially in our house at 240, how to walk down the stairs so as not to creak. There was a pattern where you would go to extreme left and then you would go to the extreme right. And then if you played your cards right, you'd wind up in the television room without a single soul stirring. And that meant complete control of cartoons until someone else woke up. And that
Was I ever someone else, or
no? You joined in, especially when the Smurfs came along.
Yeah.
It was, and I believe
Babies.
The Shmoo was a favorite. But largely it was Looney Tunes, the Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck thing. And we knew. I mean, breakfast would come, and there were the